Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of... Wait, hold on, rewind. There's no lore today. So would that mean it's just an episode of Lipstick? Because there's no true crime story. This is a makeup tutorial. There's an episode of Lipstick. Help me brainstorm what I should call these down below, because I have gotten asked to do a makeup tutorial for the longest time now since I've started my channel. I get comments about it. I get comments on my TikTok about it. I get comments on my Instagram about it. And people ask me all the time, how do you do your makeup? How did you do that look? How do you do foundation? How do you do your contour? How do you do everything? Okay. And I'm here to give the people what they want. So this is a makeup tutorial. So if this is not your vibe, you can check out now, and then my next video will be a true crime one, and we'll be back to our regular scheduled programming. But I'm going to try to post one of these every once in a while, just because I get asked so often how I do everything. And a lot of people don't know how to do makeup, and I learned how to do makeup through the wonderful world of YouTube. So if I can add to someone's makeup journey, I would be so very grateful. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to do this look right here. And it's step by step. Voiceover me is going to go ahead and take it and talk about how to do each step. I show you how to do each step. It's not sped up, so you can either follow along with me or just watch and enjoy my yapping. Either way, I thank you for being here with me, and have an amazing day, and let's get right into the video. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into this makeup. First things first, we're going to do skincare. Skincare is important. I'm going to use a toner mist first. You can use a toner pad, a toner, a milky toner, whatever toner you want. I just prefer a toner mist. Then we're going to pat that in, all right? Don't rub it. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to pat it, okay? Then we're going with a serum. Whatever serum you want, I don't really care. This one is the avocado one from Be Pure. I love the smell of it. It smells delicious. But you use whatever one floats your boat. Then I'm going to go with the Thirst Burst Drops from e.l.f. because I am in love with e.l.f. I've been using e.l.f. since I've started doing makeup. If you want to get into makeup, e.l.f. is affordable. They make amazing products, and they make a lot of dupes for higher end products, so you can use the fun stuff that all the high end brands have, but you can do it for cheap, which I love. I love a good deal. I love a good sale. Absolutely love e.l.f. By the way, not sponsored. Probably should be. Maybe one day, but definitely not sponsored by e.l.f. as of right now, though I would love to be. After this, we're going to go in with a moisturizer. I use a collagen moisturizer. You can use whatever moisturizer floats your boat, okay? All this is subjective, whatever helps your skin. I have dry skin. I use a lot of hydrating stuff. But if you've got oily skin, you're going to use a lot of different products than I am. If you've got combination skin, you're going to use a lot of different products than I am. This is just personally what I do for my dry skin. And this moisturizer is nice because it's not sticky. It's not heavy. It's not gross. It's not greasy, which I hate. I hate when I get a moisturizer and I put it on and I can feel it. It's heavy, it's gross, it's icky, nasty. Hate it. Absolutely freaking hate it. And you're going to rub that in all over your face. Make sure you're moisturized. Make sure you're all good. The next product I'm going in with is an Aquaphor stick. And listen, I have so many friends who say that Aquaphor is their holy grail. This is their number one. This is their ride or die. I typically use Vaseline. I use Vaseline lip balm. I use the tub of Vaseline. I've been trying this for a couple months now. I don't see a difference. I don't see a difference between the two. I don't know what the difference between Aquaphor and Vaseline is, so if there is one, let me know down below. Kindly let me know down below. Thank you. For SPF, I'm going in with the Summer Fridays one. I have only been using this one for a couple of days because I got it for my birthday, but I love the consistency of it. The consistency is really nice. It's very milky. It smells amazing. I don't even know how to describe it. It smells like a cookie. Like, I don't even know. It just is delicious. It's only 30 broad scale SPF though, which for the face is fine. I just prefer a higher one, but I do really like this and it leaves my skin very glowy, so I'm pretty okay with it. I think it's nice. After that, we're back to my old tried and true e.l.f. with their Power Grip Primer. This is the pink one, which has 4% more niacinamide, but I have used the blue one, and I think they both work great. I recommend a sticky primer. I'm biased to e.l.f. because I am very loyal to the brand. I love it. But you could use any of the grippy primers. Milk's, I think NYX has one. e.l.f.'s. I'm trying to think who else has a grippy primer. I think Shigalam has one. So whatever. Not that I recommend Shigalam, but that's a whole nother issue for another video. But I believe that this, like, you need a sticky primer. You need a, and look at that stick. It sticks the bottle to my face. This means your makeup is going to adhere to your face better and it's going to last longer. And people ask me all the time, how do you survive school air? This is how I survive school air. After this, we're getting into brows. We're going to use the e.l.f. Brow Lift, another e.l.f. product, I know. And you're going to use a spoolie, whatever spoolie you want. I'm going to use the one attached to the e.l.f. brow pencil, but you can use literally whatever spool you have laying around. I don't care. Use it. Make sure to clean it every once in a while, but use it. You're going to take your brow lift. You're going to scoop a bunch up. You're going to put it on the back of your hand, and you're going to swirl that brush around in it. And after you do this, you're going to take it to your brows, and you're going to brush against the grain, which means against the way your hair on your eyebrow grows, just like I'm doing here. You're going to coat all those little hairs, and I don't have a lot of them, but you're going to coat all of them in the product, and then you're going to brush upward. And after you've brushed upward, you're going to go ahead and take the brush, line it up, and carve the shape you want, just like I'm doing here. And then you're going to do that to both brows. So not just one, both. And try to make them as even as you can. Remember, they're sisters, not twins. And then after this, we're going to go in with the Ioni Perfect Brow Mini Kit, and we're going to use the darkest shade of the powder. Now listen, I love a 2016 brow. I love them blocky. I love them bold. And when you look at me, I want you to see eyebrow, okay? So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to take that on a little angled brush, and then I'm going to just fill in the whole brow, just from the tip to the tail. And I'm going to fill it in real nice and full, nice and dark, make it look 2016. And I'm going to do that on both brows. Also, I apologize if you can hear fireworks in the background. It's the day after 4th of July, and my neighbors are crazy, so yeah, I can't do anything about it. But after that, we're going to go in with our Athena palette, and we're going to take the white shade, and we're going to carve out these brows. So you're going to take it, load up your brush with the color, and then you're going to go right along the edge of the shape we've just made for our brows, and you're going to just carve them out. You're going to do this for both brows, and you're going to get to as close to the hairs as possible without going over. Then you're going to take a fluffy brush, and you're going to go ahead and blend that out. Nice and softly. Make sure you get the whole thing blended. We don't want any harsh lines on our eyebrows, okay? Blend, blend, blend. After this, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild setting spray. This is the SpongeBob collab one. You can use whatever setting spray you want. I got this one for my birthday. Been trying it out. It smells really good. I like the smell. A lot of people said they didn't. I like it. Then, we're going to go with foundation. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Porcelain, and this is the dewy finish. I prefer the matte finish. They didn't have it in stock, so I went ahead and got the dewy one. And if you're pale like me, you're going to want to get porcelain because it's pale, and so am I. And then I put it on the back of my hand, and then I mix the Power Grip Primer in with my foundation. And this makes a nice base for the rest of my makeup to sit on, but it also makes it a little bit thicker, and I found that it makes the foundation like stick to my face better, which is nice. And also, putting it on the back of your hand warms up the foundation and makes it blend into your skin better. So, it really is the best case scenario. And even if you don't mix it with primer, go ahead and put your foundation on the back of your hand, warm it up, or put it on your fingers, rub it on your face, warm it up. You're going to thank me later, okay? Trust me. And I'm going to get into blending this, but I'm going to speed it up because I take forever to blend. As you can see, I'm putting it all over my face, which means it's going to take a hot minute to blend. And I'm not going to make you sit through the treacherous of me just beating my face with a sponge because it's a lot. I don't want to watch it, neither do you. After this, we're going to go in with our Halo Glow Beauty Wand Contour. And this is in the shade Light Medium. I'm going to show it to you right there. And here's the thing. Not a huge fan of the applicator of this one. I don't really love it because it does get germs and stuff on it, and a lot of makeup artists don't recommend it, but I like the formula so much, and I'm not gonna like tear it. I've already been using this one forever, so I'm not gonna like tear it apart. The next one I get, because I will be repurchasing this, I would probably tear apart. And this is once again by our tried and true elf. I mean, come on, guys. Like, everything I use is elf. Also, Wet and Wild. I use a lot of Wet and Wild. And Profusion. Those are probably like my top three makeup brands right there. And their drugstore, which I like. Because, listen, I don't have time to be spending all that money. That's my bronzer placement, contour, I guess. It's more bronzer, to be honest with you. And then I use a thicker angled brush to blend that out. And my nose contour is going to change a lot throughout this video, so if it looks weird right now, leave it alone. It'll get better later, or it'll get worse, depending on your taste. It really depends. After this, though, we're going to go in with blush. And this is a new one I got. It's the Wet n Wild SpongeBob collab. I'm not sure what this shade is. I think it's Snailed It, I believe, but I could be wrong. But if you look it up, you can probably find it. And that's my blush placement. I do like to do dots. I think dots are enough. I don't need more than a dot. And I go ahead and blend it out with a sort of softer angled blush. This one it is from Wet n Wild, and I do like this brush. As you can see, some of the paint has peeled off of it because I've used it so much. And it's permanently pink now because I literally only use it for blush. And then I go ahead and blend this out, and I'm going to put some music over it to make it a little bit more bearable for you guys. And then after we do our blush, we're going to go in with concealer. This is the Super Concealer Hydro Boost. And honestly, concealer, I don't know. I don't see a difference in most of them. So I'm not the best person to review concealer. Okay, I take that back. There's definitely a difference, but I think a lot of them are very similar. I do like the Hydro Boost one. I think more for me, it's finding my shade in the concealer because a lot of the times, even the lighter concealer shades are not always light enough for me because I like to be pale because I am pale. And I go ahead and I carve out my nose, I do my under eyes, I carve out my cheeks, and I do above my lip and on my chin. And I also take it, and this is the most nerve-wracking part of my makeup, but I do the line down my nose. And as you can see, I made that extremely crooked and had to go fix it because I can't draw a straight line to save my life. All those art classes, and we still can't draw a straight line. I mean, have to send me back. You're just gonna have to send me back. And then I go ahead and blend this in with a sponge. And once again, I'll put some music over it to make it so it's bearable for you guys. You're welcome. Sincerely, Editor Me. After all this lovely blending that I just did, I'm still going. Okay. After all this lovely blending, I go in with more setting spray. A current theme with me is setting spray. Lots of setting spray. And this really just sets my face. It also adds moisture back into my face because, once again, I'm dry. And I go ahead and I dry that with a fan, like a paper fan. Sometimes I use an electric one, but oftentimes it's the paper one. I really need a new one because mine's falling apart. Make sure it's all completely dry before powder. The powder I use is the Airspun Loose Face Powder, and the reason you want your setting spray to be dry before you put on powder is because it will get into a cakey, gummy mess, and you don't want this. I use a powder puff, the same one I've been using for years now. It does get washed, don't worry. And I put the powder right under my eyes, and I really press it into all the creases, and I make the most uncomfortable face ever. I swear it doesn't hurt. It looks like I'm hurting, but I'm not, okay? I swear. She's okay. And I go from my under eye all the way up to my temple. And then I go ahead and I powder my whole face. I'm not even kidding. This whole face gets powdered. Absolutely everywhere. Cake it in powder. Alright, we're gonna put some music over it. excessively powder my face, we go in with more setting spray to add some moisture back to this because I just made it the Sahara Desert. After this, we go in with the Neutrogena Skin Clearing Powder, and I use this as bronzer because I'm pale, and that's their lightest shade. And it is such good powder that I had to use it as bronzer. And I go right below my cheekbone, and I just kind of go ham. I love bronzer. I'm kind of addicted to it, and I add quite a bit, and then I go on my forehead, and I bronze my forehead. And then I also bronze my temple area because one of my favorite TikTokers does that, and I was very easily influenced by her. I absolutely love her. And then I also do my jaw and my nose, but I do that with a little bit of a darker powder. And I'm going to show it to you in just a second. Also, if you're wondering why I'm mouthing words, it's because I listen to music while I do my makeup. So here is the bronzer. It's hydrating from Alarm Cosmetics. It's in the Cafe con Leche color, and I love this one, but it's just a slight bit too dark for me, so I use it sparingly. Go with a smaller angled brush and put it right in where the most shadow would be on my face. And I also go up on my forehead and do the very edge of it, and I blend it in with the fluffier brush that I had before to make sure that it's not super dark or super harsh line, because I don't want to be looking like a painting, okay? Like, I want to look like a painting, but not that kind of painting. And then I go in and I do my jaw because you gotta contour that. And after that, I'm gonna go in and do my forehead, and then at the end, I'm gonna do my and here it is, my nose contour brush in all its glory. So I'm going to dip into the darker shade of the bronzer, and I am going to go straight down my nose. I know, it looks terrifying, but it's going to get a little bit more blended. I, for one, am all for harsh nose contour, okay? I love to contour my nose harshly, but it is going to get a little more blended than this. But I go straight down, and then I connect it up to my eyebrow to make sure that that's, all blended. And then I go right under my nostril area thing, the like point of my nose, I guess. And then I take the smaller angled brush and I just blend that in as best I can. And we're going to come back and do a little bit more later with our white setting powder to kind of brighten it up and everything like that. But for now, we're just going to blend that in. And now we're going to move on to powdered blush. So this is the Opera Candy Apple blush, or Ofra, sorry. I always say that wrong. Ofra powdered blush in the shade Candy Apple. And I'm going in with like a fluffier kind of powdery brush. And I'm going to take a little bit, also a second to appreciate the design on this powder. It's adorable. And then I'm just going to swirl that onto my cheeks. I do sort of a light motion when I do blush because I don't want it to be too overbearing. But I am a blush addict. I'm going to be honest with you. I like a lot of blush, but not like to the point where I look like I'm getting hit, Like, that's not good. But I do like quite a bit of blush. And I put it on my chin, my cheeks, and the bridge of my nose. And that's personally what suits my face shape. It might not suit everybody's face shape, but I think it suits mine. And then after I blend this in a lot, because I do and I pack it on aggressively, and it takes me ages to do everything because I'm singing while I'm doing it, but I'm going to go on with a slightly darker blush shade, and I'm going to add some depth to my blush. So this is the In Bloom blush, and it is in the shade Soft Serve, and I absolutely love this blush. It's adorable. I love the packaging. That's such a cute color, and I feel like that's a color you don't see that often, but I really like it. Another thing about makeup, it takes me half an hour to just find the brush I want. So I go in with a smaller brush and then I go right along like my cheekbone and just deepen up the blush a little bit. I think it just adds something to your makeup and it makes it more like, I don't know, fancy or something like that. I like how it looks. I think it looks cute. It's something I've started doing more recently and I think it just adds something to your blush. Now we're getting into the star of the show, eyeshadow. So I'm going in with the Profusion Jurassic Park collab. I absolutely love this eyeshadow palette with all my heart. Also, look at this. Boom. And it plays the Jurassic Park theme, which is even cooler. And also, just a quick question. Is anybody going to see the new movie? Because I'm going to go see it on Tuesday, and I'm like super duper excited. But is anybody else going to see it? Because I think you guys should. I'm going in with a small angled brush, and I'm going to dip into the pink shade right there. And I'm going to put that on the inner and outer corner of my eye. So you're going to watch that process right now. And to blend that out, I'm going to use a bit of a fluffier brush and just go over it and connect it and really blend it out and soften it up a little bit. After quickly deciding against this red shade that I originally chose, I find a different palette because I just decided that that red shade wasn't good enough. That was my contemplation face. You know, it's so lovely. So I go ahead and grab my Ace Beauty Blossom Passion palette and be gentle. I've had this palette for a hot minute. I've hit pan quite a few times, and I'm going to use this dark pink shade on the inner parts of what I've just done to add a little bit more depth into it. So just pack it on right where you put the original stuff before you blended it. And this is just going to add some depth to your eye and make the halo effect more prominent. And then you're going to go ahead and blend that out with the same brush that you used to blend out the other eyeshadow. Then while still using that same angled brush and that same palette, I'm going to go in with a deeper shade and just deepen it up slightly. Once again, placing it in the same exact spots and then blending it out with that same fluffy brush from before. And now it's time to go in with our shimmers. So I'm going to mix these two footprint shades that are both pink shimmers. And I'm going to use a small flat brush to go ahead and put them in the very middle of my lid. So there's the first shade. And you're just going to pack it on into the middle of your lid. And look at that shimmer. It looks so good. I honestly love this palette. Profusion does some of the best shimmers I think I've ever seen. They are sort of a creamier consistency, and they're literally like glitter on your eyes. Like, I absolutely freaking love them. I use them as highlighter. I use them as eyeshadow. I use them as blush. I love them so much. Shout out to Profusion. Once again, not sponsored, but love their shimmers. I've had so many other palettes, love the shimmers. Dipping back into that same palette, I'm going to use this glittery shade, which is so funnily named Electric Fence. I think that's hilarious. There's a lot of cool names for this palette. Profusion does cool names very often. But yes, I'm going to mess it up a little bit, and then I'm going to go back and fix it. But this shimmer is so amazing. We're going to use it as highlighter later. Profusion does some of the best shimmers ever. Their shimmers are the best I've ever seen. I know I've already said this, I sound like a broken record, but their shimmers are genuinely the best I've ever seen. Especially the shade Electric Fence. It looks so frickin' amazing. And then I'm going to dip back into the palette and kind of go over the eyes and under the eyes, because I want to do the same effect that I did on top of my eyes underneath my eyes. And I'm going to do the same blending, the same glitter, everything. So we're going to put some music over that. And now we're going to go ahead and dip into Electric Fence again, and we're going to use it as highlighter. And I use a flatter, fluffy brush to do my highlighter, and I put it right on the top of my cheekbone. And look at that! It looks so good. It literally looks amazing. Look at that shine. Look at that shimmer. I could blind people with that. I could, the little people on who bring down the airplanes with the lighting sticks? I could do that. And I could just like shift my cheek because that's how bright it is. I put it on my cheeks, I put it on the top of my cupid's bow, I put it on my nose bridge and the tip of my nose. I put it under my eyebrows, over my eyebrows. I love highlighter so much. I put it just about everywhere. I'm going to go in with, well, if it wants to focus, thank you, with the Jurassic Park Illuminating Highlighter. And this one is in the shade T-Rex, and I absolutely love it. I think it is super sparkly, super pretty, and works so well. And I kind of forgot about it for a while, but I absolutely love this highlighter. And then I'm gonna go in with mascara. And also, side note, I get hounded for how I say mascara. I'm sorry, okay? I watched a lot of UK beauty gurus, and they all say mascara, so now I say mascara, okay? And that's how it's spelt anyway, so whatever, it's mascara. And this is the Wet n Wild tubing one from their Night Before Christmas collab. Then for lips, I'm going in to do the Jurassic Park lipsticks, which I love these, and they're in the shades Summer 1993 and Isla Norbla, which are such cool names. And also the lashes I'm wearing, I did them off camera because I hate doing my lashes on camera, are the Ioni lashes. They're from the dollar store. This is their half lash, and they are amazing. I don't care what anybody says, they're amazing. Absolutely freaking amazing. Okay, they're $1.25. They look great. They last a while. They're amazing. And for lash glue, I just use the Kiss lash glue, which works really well. And pro tip, if you put the lash glue on the lash and then on where you're going to stick the lash on your eyelid, it works so much better. So I am lining my lips in the shade Summer 1993. And then in the middle of my lips, I'm going to go and do Isla Norbla. And I overline my lips. Oops, I messed up there. But I overline my lips. I go over my Cupid's bow. I don't overline them a lot. I really mostly just overline my Cupid's bow because I think it looks cuter. But other than that, I don't really overline it that hard. And then after that, I'm going to go in with the Scooby-Doo X Wet n Wild collab. And this is their eye, cheek, and lipstick. And they actually glow in the dark, which I think is super cool. But I'm going to put this in the middle of my lip just to tie in the pink to my lips. and I'm going to just really focus it more on the center instead of like all over the place, and I'm just going to blend it in. And also, this is such a vibrant shade of pink. I absolutely love it so much, and I don't use these that often, and I think I really need to start using them because they are gorgeous. I have 3 colors. Going with a little more setting spray to set everything in. And then last, but definitely not least, we're doing my faux freckles with this light brown freckle pen. And it's pretty self-explanatory. Pick where you want to put your freckles, dab them on. Not really much of a tutorial there, but that's pretty much how you do it. There's no rhyme or reason to them. I just kind of dot. So we're going to put some music over that. And here is the finished look. I think it turned out super good. I'm loving it. And also, yes, my skin has texture. All skin has texture. Makeup is going to look like makeup because that's how humans are. Don't feel embarrassed about it. Back over to outro me. And that is it for today, my friends. I am really happy that you came along on this journey with me. If you enjoyed it, let me know down below by liking and subscribing. I hope that it was easy to follow along, and I hope that it has satisfied your requests for a makeup tutorial. And if you have any looks you'd like me to try, go ahead and let me know down below. I was thinking, because I own so much of the Profusion Jurassic Park collab, that I could do a full face of like Jurassic Park makeup and like make it Jurassic Park themed, because I'm going to see the new Jurassic World movie on Tuesday. So that could be kind of fun. So if you guys want to see that, let me know down below. And without anything else to say, I love you guys. Have a great day because you can and because you should. All right. Bye bye.